What's going on, guys? It's Toxic Reaper Onelegend here, and today I am bringing you guys a heroic Morchok guide video for tanks or warriors in more specific general fashion terms. Oh yeah, that was a lot of words of sexiness right there. Anyways, so today I was thinking, I was like, okay, well I need to start making my guide videos like I did in Fireland. So here I go. So warriors, first off, let's start talking about the fight. So what we do to start off this fight is we start him right where he stands, right at the beginning of the instance, right? And so you're gonna DPS him down. He's gonna do his first stomp, and then they're gonna break in half. What I like to do on my warrior is what I'll do is I'll heroic leap over to the side, so that way I don't need to worry about having to strafe over to him and him possibly getting a hit on my back or anything of that matter. So I don't have to worry about any of that kind of stuff. Now, once he's in position, what I do is I just basically keep him still. What I see a lot of different guilds trying to do, now I believe this is on 10-man, just by the way, I'm not 100% sure, but what I see some people do is they will actually move Morchok to the orb. Now, the reason that I'm guessing they do this is because they are really, really melee heavy and they don't have enough range to take it to the orb, or they don't have enough range to just have range go to the orb, and so they drag Morchok to the orb. Now, we don't do this because I believe we have enough range, but if we need melee to do it, they do. But what we do is we just keep Morchok and his counterpart positioned usually in one area. We try not to move them, if at all. That's our goal. So that way, if something does happen, like one side dies, or not one side, but has a specific person die, we could easily get to the other side and help them out real quick. This doesn't ever really happen to us, but, just something that can help us out. So, let's see, what else? Okay, so warriors also, or any other, once again, tank, cooldowns, right? So, what happens is every time when Morchok stomps, you get 100% increased damage. Now, you should be CTC capped warriors, or any other tank, paladins as well. You should be CTC capped so that you don't take unnecessary damage, because when you have that 100% buff on you, you're already getting hit for around 80 to 100k. So you don't want to take any extra damage that you shouldn't be taking. Now, when it comes to your 4-set warriors with shield wall, what I try to do is I try to time my shield wall, obviously, with a stomp. But what I try to do is I try to save that shield wall or rallying cry. I try to save that for when it looks like the raid is going to need that cooldown to survive. Sometimes I'll just pop it just to make sure that, as little damage goes out as possible. But I will also make sure that if I need to pop it, to save the raid, that I will, and I'll have that cooldown. Also, you want to save it for around 20%. You want to make sure that you have shield wall for that first stomp, because that first stomp, when he goes 20%, is going to get nasty. Because remember, keep in mind that he does get increased damage when he goes below 20%. So keep that in mind. For same thing goes for rallying cry. Make sure you try to save it for if the raid is getting low, or if you feel like you yourself need it, then pop, last stand. Just, watch your cooldowns and make sure you're popping them at the correct time. Also make sure that your healers, you have at least 2 healers specifically on you. The reason is because when you have that 100% damage increase debuff on you, you're going to be getting hit very, very, very hard. And you need to make sure that you have healers spamming you, or, it could get very ugly. Now, that's what happened to us when we were first doing Heroic Morchok a long time ago, is that I would die a lot. And then once we figured out, okay, I need to have at least 2 healers on me at all times, I stopped dying, problems went away, and we eventually killed the boss. Now, I'm going to talk real quick about trinkets, because trinkets do play a big role in this fight. Now, for warriors, what I do suggest is the Valor Mastery Mitigation Trinket. Because the use on it is quite nice. For when you're taking that 100% increased damage, it's nice to have the extra mitigation for when you pop that trinket. As well as I suggest a stam trinket. Now, you need to make sure that you're still CTC capped, and I'm in a couple pieces of heroic gear, so that's why I can have the Stam Trinket on. But keep in mind that if you're below CTC cap and you still want that Stam Trinket on, there are many other ways to get that mastery. You could use pots instead of your flask. You can use mastery food instead of a fish feast. So there are many ways to be able to get that mastery if you just need a little bit more. Now, I'm using the Stam Trinket that gives you a bubble when you drop below a certain percentage. It is a heroic version, so yeah, it is a little bit better, but that's just the one I'm using. Now for weapons, I'm using Bloodthirster because I find that Bloodthirster, it helps the healers out a lot more than a hand of Morchok, which just gives me a little bit extra mitigation. So, yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope my little tips here and there helps you guys out. Make sure that you're saving your cooldowns for the stomps, especially below 20%. Make sure you have your healers. Specifically, you have one or two on you at all times, constantly. And that you're making sure that you're always CTC capped, especially with your trinkets and your weapon. Make sure that you have the weapons that are best suited for the fight. And like I said, I suggest the Deathwing weapon, the Valor trinket, and the Stam bubble, bubble trinket. So that's what I suggest, guys. Anyways, I will be bringing out more of these videos soon. We are 5 out of 8 heroic on 25 man, so I will be making guides for all these videos, or for all these bosses, excuse me. So do expect those in the coming future, as well as more Mass Effect stuff. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. I hope you all learned something from this video, and I'll see you guys around. Peace out.